Can you hear me now? Is it working any better just yet? Hello, everybody. Hello? Is there a freak here? It's back, they say. Oh,
outstanding.
It happened to randomly start working.
It's working.
All right, we are back. Hello, everyone.
And they are on the move.
Okay, well, let me...
I don't know if folks heard it. I was making a comment about Ash. Ash has a particular axe to grind against the Noxian champions and the Noxian element, mainly because with the foundation of Freljord, that actually stopped the Noxian advance into her homeland. And with her now basically being the queen of Freljord, I think she has a lot to prove in this particular match.
Yes, and congratulations, of course, to both Ash and Tryndamere.
Yes, the new king and queen of Freljord.
Yes, absolutely. So right now we're seeing the summoners basically take their, as we call them casually, lanes on this map. Different teams actually choosing different strategies. We see that the Ionian team is actually splitting up quite a lot. They're actually looking these lines of sight. If we turn off some of the sight modifiers here, we see that the Noxian team doesn't actually see much of the map. They're actually all grouped up together. Scion will be taking over this ancient golem camp, which spawns in about 30 seconds.
I wonder what their strategy is in doing something like that.
So they're playing much more of a passive game. Edwy is their, as we call him, jungler, who will be running through the forest, the jungle, killing various monsters. And they're simply holding the rest of their team to protect a very common avenue of entrance. If they came from up here through this area, Scion would see him and would be able to run away. And if they came through the other common entrance, the entire team was there watching that, and they could escape as well.
Interesting.
On the other side, though, we see that the Ionian team, they have scouts set up across the map. Kennan's over here. They had Udyr coming towards the back. They had Ash camping in this brush, so they could see all the common inlets of the jungle at all, but weren't actually prepared to defend themselves if something actually happened. They could just see it and retreat. So a little bit of a different playstyle right off at the bat. Grouping up versus vision, basically. So the top of the lane are two of the main mages for each team. Vladimir, the Noxian mage, is as some would call him, a blood mage. Is
a hemomancer.
A hemomancer. Yes. My apologies.
That's all right.
I'm not one who knows many definitions. I just call it as I see it. But certainly he's good at healing himself. He does a lot of damage. Actually uses his own health as fuel for his abilities. So the bans for each team, there's one ban given to each team, and the bans were Rammus, which was banned out from under the Noxian team, and Shen was banned away from the Ionians. And so both teams actually banned out tanks who could also jungle, which seemed to be a very hot topic between them. When you're given very few champions, there's only so many champions that do multiple things at once. Oftentimes you just have just a tank or just a jungler, and those were champions that served multiple roles very, very well, and they're very common to ban in a sort of limited champion environment, as when you only pick champions from your side or your own mercenaries. These multi-purpose champions are you're very wise to get rid of them to limit your opponent's choices more. So, for example, the Noxian team running jungle Scion is very, very rare. We don't see that very often. Certainly powerful. We can see Edwy is doing a very good job with his Scion, but is not something that we would normally see when summoners are given a free-for-all over any champion to play.
Do you think that sort of unique strategy would prove maybe the hinge point that turns things into Noxus' favor?
I think it's valuable. Having a jungler at all is certainly very wise, but Ionia has a great bit of power in that Udyr is actually a common sort of jungler choice as well. And so they don't really feel hindered by this. This is very standard to see how summoners play this way, and so I think they feel a little bit powerful that way. They're like, yes, we get jungle Udyr. He's sort of used to this. Our summoners are used to playing Udyr in this manner, whereas Scion is normally a laning champion, and so experience actually is a little bit in Ionia's favor right now. So we're just seeing the sort of lane assignments at the bottom lane. We have Morgana and Singed playing together at the bottom. Against Amumu and Soraka. This is kind of interesting that we have like support plus tank versus support plus tank. The sort of traditional roles for these champions are actually to basically help the other half of the team do their jobs better. As Friend would do with Sin, she would generally initiate a team fight and position someone out of the way with Fling, and that would allow someone like Misfortune or Vladimir to have an easier time fighting. It really wouldn't be Singe that would be winning the game for his team, but would enable other champions to do so. These sort of roles are different between these champions. It's very interesting to see how well they'll do that action.
Noxus seems to be applying a lot of pressure early on to Ionia in that bottom lane as well. I wonder if that momentum will continue. Oh, never mind.
Oh, we almost had a small gank from Jungle Cyan, who actually ran towards the bottom of the map and found that there was nothing really available for him to fight, so he simply wards Dragon and continues on towards the middle of the map, and this could be very dangerous. Oh, Ash does not have boots. Edwy has charged up his shield. Here he comes. There's the Ghost, and here comes the Cryptic Gaze, and no, Ash will dodge that with Flash. Very good job by his summoner. Popping that flash spell, but still Edwy running up with his shield, going to break that in the face of Frost, doing a little bit of damage there. Frost taking some damage. Some nice play there from both players. A little bit of damage there. Good dodge on the other side. We can hear the rabble of the street downstairs.
Indeed.
I don't know if you can hear them.
The taverns are filled as League Physiopathic Services are providing live coverage of this monumental event.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, a lot of interesting things are going to happen here. Now, we actually had a question from the audience. They had asked who won the last time these two city-states fought in an official battle.
It was actually a rather short event as Noxus crushed Ionia handily. In fact, the event took so short of amount of time. There was some talk of there being some sort of deal making through the political halls. Let me
interrupt you real quick. As Morgana lands the Dark Binding onto Udyr. Udyr's getting taken down, and where can Frank get in there to fling? Garzamab is still putting damage off onto Cyan. Cyan is now being forced to retreat, but there's the Turtle Shell, and Garzamab will be getting away, and New Illusions with a Mumu running with the rest of his team. There's another Dark Binding. It will not hit anything, though, and there's the flash from Soraka. Yeah, 4 on 3,
wow.
And
no one died. No one died. Impressive.
The Ionian champion's barely getting away.
Seems like Ionia has learned the lessons from their previous attempt here, and they're not taking Noxus for granted at all.
Absolutely. So, sorry, continue about the last match. It was very short.
Certainly. So it was very short, and Noxus handily crushed Ionia. Of particular note, Soraka has a lot to prove in this particular match, where a number of people well versed in the tactics of the battle arenas felt Soraka had really underperformed in that last match.
And also interesting is that Dr. Mundo was actually one of the MVPs for the Noxian team in the last match, but he is absent from this one, and I think that has something to do with the machinations on the Ionian side. I think they probably may have traded off some of their own options to ensure that he would not be able to make it into this match.
There are many things afoot here. No doubt that the Journal of Justice will get to the bottom of each of these.
All right, so yeah, and the interesting thing enough is the summoner known as Roku, who, if we can find him somewhere around here, he is... I actually don't see him anywhere. Is he not... Oh, he's not playing in this game. Or... Wow, I'm clearly just saying things completely wrong. I apologize. Never mind. I remember... Oh, there we go. Roku. There he is. I was looking at the wrong team entirely. I completely forgot the summoner's allegiances. I was like, I don't see him. Yes, Roku is playing Misfortune, and he's actually a summoner known for playing Dr. Mundo. He actually came up to me a few days earlier and expressed his interest in summoning Dr. Mundo for this match. Oh, Godsman Bob coming in from the behind, getting slowed down, but this is going to be very dangerous. Udyr is doing a ton of damage. There's the Enchanter Crystal. Frost will get that kill. First blood. Frost has taken down Misfortune. Roku in a very bad way. Very good job by...
That has to be a rude awakening for Noxus, that Ionia is bluntly not playing around in this match. Ionia has so much at stake.
And Eclipse indeed yelling out for Ionia in all caps. He is certainly very enthusiastic about this game.
The high command is sweating bullets in Noxus right now over this particular match, and that cannot be a good start for the evening for that.
Yeah, so very, very good opening. This is actually what I talked about briefly earlier, where, again, Udyr is more of a conventional jungling choice for the Ionian side, and we saw when Cyan tried to gank, you can see it was very, very easy for Frost to escape that, for Ash to escape that with the summoner casting Flash. When Udyr showed up, Flash was not enough to stop that, as he just simply walked up and stunned him with Bear Stance again.
Flash has been a dominant... We've seen 2 instances in this match already where Flash has saved the day. In this particular case, it actually didn't save it. But Flash... which champions are currently using Flash in this? Do you happen to know?
So we can actually pull this up right here, and actually there's very only a very few uses of it. So
interesting.
The Noxian team only has Roku and Poison Iden, which is Misfortune and Vladimir, the 2 sort of carry type champions who are very adept at dealing lots and lots of damage at once. And they're really the ones who need to survive to make this work well for them. So that's actually a very common choice. If you need to survive, you pick more defensive summoner spell options so that you as a summoner can save your champion from danger. However, the other team we see on the Ionian side, they're actually a little bit more apt to run that spell. We have, of course, again, the mage and physical carry as Kennen and Ash are both running that spell, but also the Soraka is running Flash as well, who is really the main support champion for Ionia.